A very good day, my dear student. Today we'll see the rest part of our TPMS, that's Relational Database Management System. In this session, we'll see that how you could be able to perform operations on table. Now see, in a database, you can define the structure of data and manipulate the data using some commands, right students? Now there are two types of languages for this task. First one is your DDL, that is data definition language, and second is your DML, that is data manipulation language. Data manipulation language is what? The term used, manipulation, means changing. Okay, a data manipulation language is a language that enables users to access and manipulate data in a database. Now the goal is to provide efficient human interaction with the system. What all things are being involved in data manipulation? First is your select statement, second insert statement, third is your delete statement, and fourth is your update statement. What all tasks is being made in this all statements? See, select statement. Select statement means what? Retrieval of information from the database. How you could be able to retrieve your information from the database is known as what? Select statement. Insertion. Insertion of new information or new data in a database is known as what? Insert statement. If you want to delete any information or data from the database, then you will use what? Delete statement. And if you want to modify your particular data or any row or column, then you will use what? Update statement. Now here, a query language is a part of DML involving information retrieval only. If you want to retrieve any information, then you will use what? Some query. Okay, a popular data manipulation language is what? Structured query language. This is used. What is structured query language? This is used to retrieve and manipulate data in a relational database. Now, other forms of DML are those used by IMS, DLI, Codacil databases such as IDMS and others. Data manipulation language comprises the SQL data change statement, which modifies stored data but not the schema or database object. There are basically two types of DML. First one is a procedural and second is a non-procedural. So what is procedural? The user specifies what data is needed and how to get it. Non-procedural means the user only specifies what data is needed. This is easier for the user but may not generate code as efficient as that produced by procedural languages. Insert statement. Insert statement is used to add one or more records to a database. The general syntax of the insert statement is shown below, like insert into table name. You need to give here the table name, whatever the table name is, like student or class, any table name as per the requirement. And then column 1, column 2, column 3, then values, then value 1, value 2, value 3. Okay, according to that you need to give you need to insert the values, like insert into sdetail. Sdetail is what? Your table name. Then id is your column name, name, roll number, date of birth, class, phone number. These are the first is your column name you need to insert. Then values, according to that, like each column will consist which value. Okay, like in id 8, name Ranjit Singh, roll number 67, date of birth 12/03/99, class 10th, phone number this, and so on. Okay, so after inserting the data into table, use select query to view the updated table. After execution, you should see a window similar to the one displayed below. Okay, see, like see, this is the window will be displayed. Okay, like how you need to display? Select asterisk from the table name you need to write, and then semicolon you have to use. Okay, now delete statement. For delete statement is used to remove one or more records in a database. The general syntax for delete statement is what? Delete from table name where condition, like you have inserted many records. Okay, so you will use what? Delete from table name, that is sdetails, where id equals to 8. So it will check which is id number 8, like this one is your id number 8. So 8th id means in 8th id whatever the detail is stored, that data will be deleted. Now if you want to see the updated result, then you will use which query? Select query, like select asterisk from table name. Okay, and then semicolon. Now, sorting. What do you mean by sorting? Sorting means to arrange the data in either ascending order or descending order. So for that, the like say this is the unsorted column and this one is your sorted column, right? So in that, referential integrity is being used. So referential integrity is used to maintain accuracy and consistency of data in a relationship. In base, data can be linked between two or more tables with the help of primary key and foreign key constraint. What is primary key and foreign key? That two topics I have discussed in my previous class. Like primary key is used to identify the unique data and foreign key is used to link that particular primary key from the existing table. Okay, now referential integrity helps to avoid adding records to a related table if there is no associated record available in the primary key table. Changing values in a primary if any dependent records are present in associated table, and deleting records from a primary key table if there are any matching related records available in associated tables. Now, create and edit relationship between tables. A relationship refers to an association or connection between two or more tables. When you relate two tables, you don't need to enter the same data in a separated tables. Relationship between tables helps to save time as there is no need to enter the same data in separated table, and reduce data entry errors, summarize data from related table. As you can see, that relationship helps in what all things? It used to save our time, it used reduce our data entry errors, and it is used to summarize the data from related tables. You can see or create a relationship between two tables by selecting relationship option from the tools menu. From the tools menu, relationship option is there. From there you could be able to create the relationship. Okay, now in that you need to add what in which two table you want to create the relationship. You need to add those tables and then click on add. Now there are three types of relationships exist. First one is your one-to-one, one-to-many, or many-to-many. Now there are two ways to create the relationship between the tables. When you have created the relationship, it will again it will ask you need to click on insert then new relation. Okay, when you will click on new relation, the options will ask like tables involved, and this table and the second table will be involved, and from here you need to select one to many means employee ID will be selected with all. Need to select, okay, like one to one also you can select, or one to many also you can select, or many to many you can select. Okay, according to that you need to select it. Okay, and then click on OK. Now drag the primary key column from one table and drop it on the key column for another table. One-to-one relationship. Like in this relationship, both the tables must have primary key columns. Like in employee and department, employee ID in employee table is the primary key and department ID in department table is the primary key. So for one-to-one relationship, both the primary key should be inserted in the table. Okay, next is one-to-many relationship. In one-to-many relationship, given like employee ID is there, okay, and then employee ID in employee table is the primary key, should exist with all the in one-to-many relationship. The first table should consist primary key, and the second table, if there is not, you haven't inserted the primary key, then also okay, but there may be 2 to 3 entries may exist. And then many to many relationship, no table has the primary key column. Okay, there is no compulsion to have the primary key in both the tables. Okay, now this is all about one-to-one, many-to-many, and one-to-many concept. Okay, now remove the relationship. Just need to click on right click, and then relationship thread will occur. You need to click on delete option. According to that, the term will be deleted. So this is all about your third session of RDBMS. In the next session, we'll study regarding your how to retrieve data using query. Okay, till then, thank you.